Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. You want to do the intro this time since it's been
You want me? You want
12
me to do it?
episodes? Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, 12 episodes. Hey guys, welcome to the Graveyard Guys podcast, where we're Graveyard Guys, and this is a podcast. My name is Wes, the best, and this is
The rest.
the rest. Yeah, the rest of
Mikey.
the crew. This is your one-stop shop for everything spooky. And today it is the official recap of the season
No,
before
I
the
love it.
final, the countdown to the final episode, the countdown to the crown, if you will.
You know, one of the reasons why we just work together so well is you plug in where I miss out. And I'll tell you why
Yeah,
in a second. But as you can see, everybody, we're doing another virtual episode because if we didn't, it would be probably another week before we can get together. I've been a very busy beaver. We have missed out on 1 week of releasing, so we didn't want to do that again. So here we are virtually. But ultimately, I was in the Houston Horror Film Festival helping out, working my friend's booth. That was amazing. That was fun. You can check out my Instagram for all of those highlights and details. Um, and then I was cast in Carrie the Musical, so now my Wednesdays and Thursdays are taken up with rehearsals for that. And we are announcing soon that with my production company Sublimation Cinema, I will be making a short film. If everything goes as planned, there's some crowdsourcing I'll need to do to see if I can get some nice little funding so it can actually be done well. But just a lot of stuff going on, but I don't want the ball to drop with the podcast. I know that I also have Slasher's podcast. So there's a lot going on, but I do enjoy doing this podcast. And we always knew that the first season was going to be 13 episodes. And I think we deserve a break because shit's been wild and not in a good
especially with
way.
you. Yeah, because you're doing too much, honestly. I'm like, chill, bro, chill. You don't have to do all that. You're doing a lot,
Well, I'm not talking
but
about that. I'm talking about with this show,
you, no,
the
you,
issues
oh,
we've
yeah.
had with this show.
Oh, we have had issues with the show, but it's all mostly you. Like, let's be honest. It's like everything I'm doing is perfect. And then all the issues that we've had have just been Mikey being Mikey. Let's just call a spade, you know? And I'm just kidding. I actually really like your hair. I was gonna tell you that before. Did you get a haircut?
No, I'm just not wearing a hat. Um,
Yeah, I'm
Look at
used to
my
seeing
cute
that hat.
hairbrush.
Is that one of your daughters or is that
No, it's
yours?
mine.
Oh, all
No,
right. You
hello.
know, no
I got it
judgment, but
from
like,
Burlington Coat Factory for like $5. But yeah, so guys, we know we are not
we know we
on the
suck.
level we need to be at the moment.
Some
Um,
suck more than others. What?
yeah, like listen to each of our audio and see exactly who's having issues right now. Um, but we already have plans. The reason why we're taking a little break after the first season is to gather ourselves and to gather the tools we need. We've already talked to someone that knows audio, and because even though we can get good microphones, I could not for the life of me figure out how to get our audio software to record two separate lines for our separate microphones. It's just a damn
Oh
mess.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
above
there's
me.
there's a learning curve that we have to do. So we're going to, but we'll definitely be back before Halloween. Um, And even though we say it's a 13 episode season, technically it's like 15 because we did the special episodes in between. We're counting the actual ABC episodes as an episode. Like this is not really considered an episode. This is our little recapitation as
Recapitation.
Wesley said. I was
Yeah.
I was at the bookstore yesterday. There's a new bookstore. If you're in San Antonio or even in Austin or anywhere in Texas, if you like horror books, look up Ghoulish Books. Ghoul like ghouls that live in the
Yeah.
cemetery. Ghoulish Books.
Yeah.
It's ran by Max. Apologize, I forget his last name, but Max Booth the third. He is a writer as well, and a book that he wrote was turned into a movie on Hulu. I think it's called We Need to Do Something. It's actually a pretty good movie. I saw it before I even knew who he was. And he's had a bookstore for a while in Northeast San Antonio, but it's so far, and they just opened another location downtown. And I went the other day with my friend, and it was super cool. And I was gonna text you, but I had to take a mad shit and they didn't have a bathroom. But there's a book
Jesus.
there. There's a book there called Graveyard Girls, and I was like, no, they didn't.
Wait, that's us. Ah.
The Graveyard Girlies.
Ah.
Graveyard Girls is what we are on the weekends. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, I think you might be able to go to their website, and also they might do like shopping online. Support horror indie bookstores. The Ghoulish Books is also a publishing company, so support them. Um, but with that said, before we go on to our capitation, there is a story that I wanted to go over that deals with caps. No cap.
oh, it's not on Oculto magazine, right?
No, it's not an Oculto magazine.
Oculto. I was like, Oculto.
No, but Ghoulish Books does have that magazine. So if you want a copy, go to Ghoulish Books or my
Let's
barber.
spread misinformation,
Hey, we
one magazine at a
at this
time.
point everything's misinformation. But
Honestly, yeah.
speaking of caps and no caps, this has yes caps. The Death Cap Mushroom Trial: How Murderer Plot Unfolded and How the Killer Tricked to Cover Her Tracks. So Wesley and I are both honest women with men in our lives. Have you ever wanted to kill your in-laws?
My in-laws? No. I've
Have you ever met your
never,
in-laws?
no, I haven't met them in person, but I've talked on the phone with them.
That's what I was like, actually, I don't even know. Because are they in Bolivia also?
They are in Bolivia.
Okay.
And they both they speak Spanish, so it's kind of
What's the issue?
difficult. I don't speak Spanish.
But you know what? I've had a couple of friends that have dated people that do not speak Spanish or do not speak English, and my friends do not speak Spanish. So, stranger things have happened, Wes. It sounds to me like you're just making stuff up. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
well, let me tell you about this homegirl, Erin Patterson, 50 years old. She was just convicted. In 2023, she was like, I have a great idea. I'm gonna kill my in-laws and my ex-husband, um, and my current husband. So
Oh, that's a lot.
yeah, you know, we stand a
Is
woman
it
with goals.
is it the in-laws of her ex-husband and her current husband, or is it just like her current husband?
It's her current husband, his parents, and her ex-husband.
Okay,
She
because I was
invited
like,
No, she invited all of them to dinner, and
even the
the
ex-husband to dinner is
hmm
crazy.
yeah. So he declined, so he was not involved.
Good.
Which he's gonna come back later, which is kind of funny. This story actually is like kind of sad in general because it's not great. But essentially, she has two children, and of course, she didn't want to harm the children. So the children were not going to be there. And she was like, how can I make it seem like not weird that the kids aren't here? So she decides to lie and to tell people that she wants to have a talk with them about how to break the news to her children that she's dying of cancer. She did not have cancer. Um, she made them beef Wellington, which
Ew.
came with,
I don't know what it is.
I think it's like, so it takes place in Australia, but I think beef Wellington is like a roast inside like a pastry. It looks good.
Oh, okay. That actually kind of sounds good. Never
Yeah,
mind. I don't eat
it's
meat. What am
nice.
I talking about?
Oh
I
yeah. So just think of tofu
was like,
wrapped in a
that sounds
flaky
so
pastry.
good.
I
Wait, I literally don't even eat meat. What
She's a
am I talking
vegetarian,
about?
everybody.
Yeah.
Um, but so, in the recipe it calls for mushrooms. So she got like button mushrooms. She got mushrooms from an Asian store, it says. And then this bitch goes and forages for death cap mushrooms and like buys a dehydrator, dehydrates the mushrooms, like, and so she gets caught. So the husband and the mother-in-law die from poisoning, and the husband, no, the father-in-law almost like gets really sick but doesn't die. So he's able to tell like what happened. And I apologize if I'm informing anybody on the details here. The story is written strangely, but basically, um, again, not funny, but this bitch is like, no, I didn't poison them. I didn't know those were death cap mushrooms. And they're like, well, where'd you get them? And I think she was trying to say she bought them somewhere, but they were like, she said something like she was foraging for them for a while. She thought they were something else. And then they were like, well, I think she tried to pass them off as buying, but then they found a dehydrator in a garbage bin around her apartment that had death cap mushrooms in it. So like
Oh
she
my
was not
God.
very smart. And the ex-husband, came in and they're like, well, why didn't she go? He was like, well, I thought it was weird that she invited me. But also I was afraid she was going to poison me because
He
she's
literally was
poisoned
like,
him
saw that,
allegedly.
clocked.
She's poisoned him allegedly 3 times before.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
and each time he said there was no poison found, but there was 3 meals where he was like extremely ill afterwards. And so she's been convicted of murder, as she should have been. And it's just crazy. And it's also
That
crazy.
is,
Yeah, it's just also crazy how a plant can kill you. So, um, a little interesting factoid: what makes a death cap mushroom so lethal? The death cap is one of the most toxic mushrooms on the planet and is involved in the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings worldwide. The species contains 3 main groups of toxins: amatoxin, phallotoxins, and virotoxins. From these, amatoxins are primarily responsible for the toxic effects in humans. The alpha amanitin amatoxin has been found to cause protein deficient and ultimately cell death, although other mechanisms are thought to be involved as well. The liver is the main organ that fails due to the poison, but other organs are also affected, most notably the kidneys. The effects usually begin shortly after you in
ingest.
ingest,
Yeah.
um, which include gastrointestinal disorders followed by jaundice, seizures, coma, and eventually death. So, when it comes to mushrooms, I've always heard do not pick your own unless you're an expert. There's so many mushrooms
I,
that look alike,
mhm.
and you, Miss Vegetarian,
I don't eat mushrooms. They hurt my stomach, actually. I have like a gut
you
allergy to them.
probably
So
been eating the death caps on accident, you dumb bitch.
could you imagine? I'm like, "Ah, this makes my stomach hurt so
I think I'm
much.
allergic.
I'm so scared. Oh,
uh, but
But yeah, no, that's crazy. Have you heard that story of that woman who killed multiple members of her family with curry?
no. Where was that at?
I cannot remember to save my life. I would look it up, but my computer is dead right now, and I don't want to like get off of this. I'm using my phone. But yeah, she killed like really young members of her family and then also like a sister or like I can't remember exactly where or who, but I just remember that's what it reminded me of. I don't know the exact details, but they didn't notice that people were dying because of the curry until it was like multiple family members were gone. And she even like was feeding like big groups of people. She would make a big old pot of curry and feed them.
Damn.
And yeah, it's crazy. I don't
Well,
have any details. That just came to
this is
my
just
mind. You
hearsay.
know,
You just
it's
think
just
that's what you heard.
yeah,
Um,
but you know, spreading
well,
misinformation.
it's funny you mentioned curry because the ex-husband, the estranged husband that she invited, but he said no thanks. Curry were 2 of the meals that she allegedly poisoned him with. He
I think
said,
it's like the flavors. Maybe it's easy to mask it with
yeah. Well, he
yeah,
said
the
the previous
seasonings.
alleged poisonings occurred on family camping trips, and he had eaten dishes included penne bolognese pasta, chicken korma curry, and vegetable curry wraps. So,
Oh,
homegirl kept trying,
ooh,
allegedly. But
allegedly.
yeah, guys, just get a divorce. Like,
Honestly, like that was another one. There was another story that came to my mind is there was a woman in the UK who her boyfriend was like about to break up with her, so she like grabbed like a thing of acid and threw it on him,
oh my God.
and his skin started melting off of his body. He was like running in the street, like yelling at people, like, call the ambulance.
Yeah.
And she had some acid burns on her hand, and she used like a styrofoam cup, and the acid ate away at the styrofoam cup. So she got some on her hands. And then she was like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. What are you talking about? And they're like, you have acid burns on your hands. Like,
Yeah.
and where else would you get the acid, you know? And he's like, she was like, oh, it was on the side of his bed, and he was going to,
I thought it
I
was
think he was
lube.
going to do it to me, imagine. But he ended up not dying from his acid burns. He survived, but he was in such like great pain that he ended up doing assisted suicide.
Oh, that's
And
sad.
then because he did assisted suicide, she was charged with murder.
That's crazy.
So it's
Well, that had to have
crazy.
been either in Oregon or somewhere not America because,
That was the UK, like I said at the
yeah.
beginning of this conversation.
Oh, sorry. I was something about your tone of voice. I just really, it's hard for me to just sit here and listen
I
to.
know. That's how I
But
feel about your face. So
yeah,
it's really hard to look at you sometimes because, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Seriously, I get it. That's how I feel about.
that's how I
uh,
feel about you.
that's how I feel about you existing. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so yeah, I was like, oh, we'll include a little story because it's a RUCAP and this is the death cap. So here we are with caps.
Oh, I got you. I
Yeah,
see you.
there you
I
go.
was like, I don't know why he's talking about this, but
The
like,
death
here's a
cap
murder.
of the graveyard guys. That's what we'll call it. Um,
All right.
but we've done 12 episodes. A through K was the last one, I think. Yeah,
AK.
A through
Uh-huh.
K. Out of those, what was your favorite story?
I think my favorite story, I really I liked the Mary episode, which didn't even start with the deep or different. It was that one.
Yeah,
I like that one because um just like talking about her like shitting all over the place
that
and
was
eating
really
cats
funny.
and stuff. I thought that was funny. And then
Making food
also
with her dirty ass hands.
with her dirty ass hands rubbing her hole before like making ice cream. That shit cracked me up.
Our
I
made up
will
logo.
literally watch like that one and episode D, the Boston
Yeah,
one.
the
Um,
molasses.
I just watch myself. I don't know what you're doing, but like I
Oh,
just
really
watch
good.
myself and I laugh at myself because I think I'm so funny.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah, those are my favorites. What about you, Mikey Wakey?
I love the Mary one. I think that is the funniest. Like we see watch the Mary episode, guys, and you can see us at our peak. Uh,
Yeah, and it's all downhill from here.
yeah, exactly. But I think also just being busy and like kind of inadvertently rushing some stuff, it kind of suffers
Yes.
a little bit with the consequences that I have been given, which is why we're trying to take a small little break so that we can fix that. Because by the time we come back, Carrie should already be done with, and that's taking up 2 days a week. So that's like a big. Um, but I think we're on track, and I want to do like a little set thing behind us when we film, like a little backdrop. So, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Um, I also think for season two, we'll have some more unique ideas and setup. Like, I have an idea for a Halloween episode for us that I think will be really cool,
Ooh,
that I haven't told you about yet. But, just like
okay.
recording
Thanks.
in specific areas, specific places that I have access
Oh,
to.
I think I remember
Yeah, I
you
think so.
talking about yeah, 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 with the and the
Hmm.
and the and the
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
and with the
The
yeah.
double-sided dildos. Yeah,
Yes, she
yeah,
gets me. She
yeah.
gets me.
Exactly. Ass to ass. Brian
Hmm.
DeRay. Perfect. Um, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. We're also, we haven't filmed the last episode yet, so I am planning on the last episode being great as well. We have HIJKL, the letter L.
Oh, Sir Lawrence.
Oh, like Joey Lawrence?
More like Wesley Lawrence, but
I don't know her. But
okay.
just kidding. But yeah, I just
Yes,
wanted to do a
kidding.
little recapitation, a little touching base with our audience,
Hmm.
re-engaging. I don't want to leave our sisters and brothers of the cemetery alone for too long. Is there anything you would like to share before we part ways?
So like lately I've been reading some like horror books. And have you heard of Nat Cassidy?
The werewolf one.
Is it the werewolf one? I haven't read that one, but
Did Mary, I
I've
think, and then
read
he did
yeah yeah
Nestlings. Yeah.
yeah I read Nestlings and I'm currently reading Mary, but
Oh, I've
I
heard
don't know.
those are very good.
Yeah, Nestlings was a really good book. It's like The Shining, but also Rosemary's Baby, but also Salem's Lot, like all in like one little story, which is like interesting. And Mary is, I don't think Mary is as good as Nestlings, but I'm finally getting to like the juicy part where I'm like, I'm like 34% of the way through it. So
Yeah. Well,
I also read a book called Sister Maiden Monster. Um, it's a cosmic horror.
oh, I
Um,
don't think I like that.
it, you know, it's all right. I enjoyed that story. I enjoyed mostly like the first like half of the story, but then the second half, it's kind of like the other two characters that they introduced. They don't. She doesn't put a lot of like as much detail into them, but that first character, she gets so much of the book, and then you see her like turning into a monster, and then the second half of the story, it's like, oh well, the rest of the characters aren't like as interesting, in my opinion. But I've been reading a little bit more, so
Yeah, me
um,
too. I need to finish. I'm reading Jurassic Park. I know how mainstream and not cunty of me, but I wanted to read it just to because I've heard so many good things about it. It's pretty good. It's better than the movie and it's more horror, but I'm also like, all right, how many times can this T-Rex attack people? Let's just keep the story going. But with Nat Cassidy, I mentioned the werewolf one. It's called When the Wolf Comes Home. I don't actually know if it's a werewolf book, but I assume so, just
sounds
based on
like
the
it'd be.
title. But that book is like pretty controversial right now, not because of like content, but because apparently it like completely just does a 180 in the middle of the book, and some people love it and some people hate it. So I kind of want to read it, but I have heard really good things about Mary and Nestlings, so I
Yeah,
definitely want to
I
check
I
those out.
stand by Nestlings. That's a pretty good book. The main character is disabled. She's in a wheelchair.
Okay, cool.
So you get to see her how she's like
Is that
handling
the
her
one about her
reality,
child or a child is involved somehow?
Yeah, yeah, that's where the Rosemary's Baby comes in.
Yeah,
Have you seen that movie? That's an old ass movie.
of course I've
Oh,
seen
the
that.
original was. Who's the actress that plays Rosemary?
Mia Farrow.
Yeah, 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 Mia Farrow. Yeah, I watched that one like pretty recently, like a few months ago actually. But uh,
It's a
what
scary
is
movie.
your It is, yeah. Actually, I was watching it. I was like kind of surprised. I went through like a whole kick where I was watching really old, like black and white, like fucking movies, like uh Psycho.
Yeah. You need to see Repulsion. That's a good
What's
one.
that?
Repulsion is like it's a old black and white movie about a woman who I believe she lives with her brother. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I bought the Blu-ray recently or the 4K, one of those. And she is not an agoraphobic because she's not afraid of leaving the house. She's just afraid of being alone. And I
Mm.
guess agoraphobic because she doesn't leave the house either. So her brother is like leaving out of town for a little while and she like freaks out because she doesn't know what to do. So her brother leaves town and she's in the house by herself and like she keeps like I think an entity comes in and like assaults her every night and like hands are coming out of the wall. Like she's like losing it.
Oh
Um,
shit.
but it's really creepy. And actually, I think it's by a famous filmmaker. I didn't know when I first saw it because I was really young when I first saw it, and then I saw who made it, and I was like, oh, that's a famous director. Um, it is by Roman Polanski.
Oh, Roman Polanski. That's Sharon Tate. That's
I think
Sharon
so.
Tate's husband. Sharon
Yeah.
Tate was killed by the Manson family while she was
Yes.
pregnant.
Yeah. So the synopsis is in Roman Polanski's first English language film, beautiful young manicurist Carol suffers from androphobia, the fear of interacting with men. When her sister
Oh.
and roommate, Helen, it's her sister, not her brother, leaves their London flat to go on an Italian holiday with her married boyfriend, Carol withdraws into her apartment. She begins to experience frightful hallucinations, her fear gradually mutating into madness. It came out October
Ooh.
2nd, 1965.
1965 is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's wild. Circling back to the podcast, what was your least favorite episode?
Hmm. Probably this
Oh, there's
last
so many to
one.
choose from. I'm just kidding. Oh, you don't like this last one? Or the last one? Or the last one we
The
did?
reason why I would pick an episode that I don't like is because of the audio quality. Because to me, like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
if I was a listener, I would not be able to listen to last week's episode.
Yeah, same. I
And
feel that.
so, yeah, that's kind of where I am on that.
Well, for me, it's there's two sides to it. So one is like thinking of it as like a podcast listener, and the other one is like watching YouTube. When I was watching it on YouTube, it was fine. The audio was like tolerable, but like as a podcast, like with no like visuals, it was trash.
Yeah.
No tea, no shade. And then obviously there's the episodes where somebody forgot the recordings, and
Mhm.
we lost. I think we lost the audio for one of the episodes, and we
We
had to
lost
use
the
like the
audio for
camera
one and the
audio.
video for the other.
Yeah. So you know,
You know,
we're just we're human.
if this podcast kicks off, the first season will be removed, scrubbed from the
Oh,
internet, and
absolutely. Yeah.
only available behind a paywall for those that like to suffer.
Yeah, that's gonna be in a paywall, like a very hefty fine. You're
Yeah,
gonna
if
be
you want to
fined if you
listen to
want
that
to.
shit, you're gonna pay for that shit.
You gotta pay for that.
Like
It's
my
oh
hope
no.
is when we get done with season two, we will just make season one private, leave this episode public with the next episode, and Mary. Special
Yeah,
shout out
yeah,
to the Mary
episode D.
episode.
Yeah, that was a
Uh,
good episode. And it made me like, I want to do another Mary episode. Like, I want to talk about Mary Shelley because she was a weird ass bitch. But yeah, another Mary episode in the future for us.
yeah. Hey, maybe after the alphabet of the towns or cities or locations, we'll do the alphabet of names.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like we can do names. We can do like just like a broad like concept. So like,
Themes.
poltergeist
Yeah.
or like
Well, like
something.
last time for the M, I was like, oh, we should have done murderers.
Yeah, we could do something like
Yeah.
that. See
Yeah,
what
but I
I'm
think
saying?
since we kind of started with this location, we have to finish it.
Yeah, to start with the whole location thing. Yeah.
But it is pretty fun. Like, it wasn't so even though I hated last week's episode, I actually really liked my story of the ghost dragon because it was so like
Ghost Dragon. Yeah.
I like the ones that are different. Like Ghost Dragon's different. Um, you know,
Yeah. And like I think having just like the locations, um, we're able to like expand and like look at something interesting, but I feel like a little bit like confined, or you know what I mean, to
yeah.
just looking at the location. So it would be
Yeah.
nice like later on. Brian's over here like, are y'all recording? Yeah, he just got back from the gym.
Hi,
Say hi,
Brian.
Brian. Do you want to be on camera? Okay.
He never
But
wants to be on camera.
I feel like confined to the location, and so like I feel like I have to scramble sometimes. But
Yeah.
if we had like just like a broad like subject, like ley lines, that would be like a really interesting episode because it's like you can do like different locations with ley lines, you can do like theories with ley lines, how they interact with aliens, how they interact with like spirits and hellhounds and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we have ideas for next when we finish A through Z on this one. But with that said, we are coming up on the half hour mark, so we'll go ahead and bid adieu. This is Mikey and Wes' first and only apology for everything we've done in the past that's been a mistake. We're not going to dwell on it
The
anymore. We're just going to do
apology is
better.
crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
look forward to next week's episode. I promise it'll be decent. And follow us on Instagram at Graveyard Guys Podcast or send us an email at graveyardguyspodcast@gmail.com. Follow me at Horror and a Half Shell or follow Wes at wes.cool.guy, right?
Wesley.cool.guy.
Wesley.cool.guy. But without much else, I will see you sometime next week, Wesley, while we record episode for lesbians. Anyways, graveyard out, bitches.
Graveyard up, bitches.
Mm.